All right, let's keep it simple. Crime action games are coming in hot, and we've got 20 new ones worth checking out. No hype, no filler, just straight up games you should have on your radar. So sit back, relax, and let's jump into it. Axe of Blood is a gritty beat-em-up action game developed and published by ExeKiller, plunging players into the dystopian streets of Bandung, Indonesia, where brutal hand-to-hand combat drives its cinematic storytelling. With a third-person perspective and a focus on fast-paced, realistic fighting mechanics, the game blends conspiracy, crime, and thriller elements into a dark urban adventure. Designed as a single-player experience, it promises a modern, cinematic tone with heavy emphasis on atmosphere and visceral gameplay. While the exact release date remains unannounced, Axe of Blood is confirmed for Windows PC via Steam, keeping fans eagerly awaiting its arrival.
Bad Dotland.
Better Than Dead is a brutal, photorealistic body cam style first-person shooter developed by indie studio Monte Gallo and published by Microprose Software, immersing players in the dark underworld of Hong Kong. With its single-player focus, the game blends noir-inspired storytelling, visceral combat, and lifelike physics to deliver an intense, revenge-driven experience. Players take on the role of a captive fighting back against their tormentors, navigating gritty environments with bullet-time mechanics and cinematic realism. While the exact release date has not yet been announced, Better Than Dead is confirmed to launch soon on PC via Steam.
By one, she erased them. They'll hear her coming, but it won't matter. One girl, one gun, one recording. She remembers every face, every scream, every laugh. She's not here to survive. She's here to finish it.
Blackwood is a cinematic third-person action thriller developed and published by Atreto M7 Productions, immersing players in 2012 New York, where Anton Blackwood lives a double life as a humble DVD store owner by day and a ruthless assassin by night. The game blends responsive melee combat, brutal takedowns, and atmospheric gunplay with noir-inspired storytelling, creating a gritty narrative of survival and secrecy. Its design emphasizes cinematic realism, balancing everyday mundanity with violent underworld intrigue. Blackwood is set to release in the third quarter of 2026 exclusively for PC via Steam.
You're always showing up when I'm closing. Oh my god, what happened to your face? Put some ice on it. Good night, Anton.
The gap in left center. That's rolling all the way to the wall. He's around first, digging.
Blade Runner 2033 Labyrinth is an atmospheric adventure game developed in-house by Annapurna Interactive in collaboration with Alcon Interactive Group, marking Annapurna's first internally developed title. Set in dystopian Los Angeles after the blackout, the story unfolds between the original 1982 Blade Runner film and its 2017 sequel, weaving noir-inspired mystery with the haunting legacy of replicants. Directed by Chelsea Hash, the game promises a deeply cinematic experience that captures the franchise's signature blend of existential intrigue and futuristic decay. While its release date remains to be announced, Blade Runner 2033 Labyrinth is confirmed for PC and consoles, bringing the iconic universe back to gaming for the first time in over 2 decades.
Being someone else. In places that no longer exist. That's where you'll find me. Searching. In the land of the dead.
Den of Wolves is a co-op heist first-person shooter developed and published by 10 Chambers, the studio behind Payday, The Heist, Payday 2, and GTFO. Set in the techno-thriller future of Midway City, players take on the role of mercenaries hired by corporations to carry out espionage, sabotage, and assassinations in a ruthless gig economy. With its focus on teamwork, planning, and execution, the game promises tense, cinematic missions where loyalty is fleeting and every score could be your last. While the exact release date has yet to be announced, Den of Wolves is confirmed for PC via Steam, keeping fans eager for its arrival.
We're going company! It's showtime. Keep moving! Plant the explosives at the window. Heads up! The box is open! Hang in there, we're almost ready.
Divided the enemies line up one by one like a real foot soldier. Stand my ground when I stare them down, cause they can't control us.
Diving in 3, 2, 1.
Run up the system, right, let the people.
ExeKiller is a retro-futuristic Western action-adventure shooter developed and published by Paradark Studio, set in a post-apocalyptic alternate timeline where players step into the boots of a ruthless bounty hunter. Blending first-person combat, vehicular exploration, and branching story choices, the game promises a rich mix of survival, investigation, and cinematic gunfights across desolate wastelands. Its narrative emphasizes freedom of choice, multiple endings, and a gritty atmosphere inspired by dystopian sci-fi and Western aesthetics. While the release date has recently shifted from its initial 2025 target, ExeKiller is confirmed for PC via Steam, keeping anticipation high among fans awaiting its debut.
Sometimes I kill for justice.
Your next target, Johnny the Wireman, wanted alive, paid double. Last seen somewhere in Jacobstown area. Bounty hunter, killer.
He's not going anywhere.
Bounty hunting is a hell of a business.
Who are you? I am ExeKiller.
I want to make you an offer, which I'm sure you won't refuse.
Neo Berlin 2087 is a third and first-person action role-playing detective thriller developed and published by Elysium Game Studio, blending cinematic storytelling with cyberpunk-inspired gameplay. Set in a dystopian Berlin of the year 2087, the game follows Nolan, a troubled detective tasked with unraveling a conspiracy after the murder of the police chief, combining stealth, shooter mechanics, and emotional narrative choices. With themes of justice, betrayal, and sacrifice, it promises a noir-inspired journey that merges investigative depth with futuristic combat. While its release date is still to be announced, Neo Berlin 2087 is confirmed for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Neo Berlin, what do I really know about it? She's like you. She needs your help.
I followed every thread Reconstructed memories. None of it fits.
You think you're solving the case. This is so much bigger. What if the case is you?
The world only works with order. Without order, chaos breaks out. It's out of balance and we must restore it. Do you understand that, Nolan?
Yes.
Nolan, what have you done?
Plan 8 is an ambitious exosuit MMO shooter developed by Pearl Abyss, the studio behind Black Desert Online, blending fast-paced gunplay with futuristic mech-inspired combat. Set in a vast post-apocalyptic world overrun by murderous robots, players must harness customizable exosuits to survive, explore, and wage war against overwhelming mechanical forces. With its mix of open-world exploration, cooperative missions, and cinematic storytelling, the game promises a unique fusion of MMO depth and shooter intensity. While the exact release date has not yet been announced, Plan 8 is confirmed for PC and consoles, marking Pearl Abyss's bold entry into the shooter genre.
Not again.
Police Stories 2 is a tactical top-down shooter developed and published by Hype Train Digital, continuing the gritty legacy of its predecessor with a stronger focus on realism and cooperative play. Players command a rundown precinct in America's most crime-ridden city, where every decision, whether shouting commands, firing warning shots, or making arrests, shapes the outcome of tense missions. With its blend of strategy, action, and moral dilemmas, the game emphasizes arrest as the goal and force as the last resort, creating a cinematic yet unforgiving atmosphere. While the release date is still to be announced, Police Stories 2 is confirmed for PC via Steam, promising a modern evolution of tactical law enforcement gameplay.
More hostiles. All right, take the door.
What the fuck?
Drop your weapon!
Stay down.
Die, you motherfucker!
All right, you got me. Take me to the station.
Replaced is a retro-futuristic 2.5D action platformer developed by Sadcat Studios and published by Coatsink and Thunderful, immersing players in an alternative 1980s dystopia where corruption and greed rule society. You play as REACH, an artificial intelligence trapped unwillingly in a human body, navigating Phoenix City through cinematic pixel art, free-flow combat, and a deeply emotional narrative. With its blend of sci-fi mystery and noir-inspired storytelling, the game promises a unique mix of atmosphere, action, and moral tension. Originally planned for earlier release, Replaced has now been delayed to 2025 and will launch on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One, also available day one on Xbox Game Pass. Sleight of Hand is a third-person stealth action deck builder developed by Riff Raff Games, the new studio founded by Joshua Boggs, creator of the noir-inspired Framed series. Set in a rain-soaked, hard-boiled city where ritual magic and cursed artifacts define power, players step into the role of Lady Luck, a witch framed and cast out by her former coven, now seeking revenge. Blending tactical infiltration with card-based mechanics, the game promises a unique fusion of stealth, strategy, and supernatural noir atmosphere. Scheduled for release in 2025, Sleight of Hand will launch on PC and Xbox Series X and S, bringing its dark, stylish vision to life.
Over there! She's here!
Not tonight, boys. If the Coven wants to play, they'll have to play dirty.
Spine is a cinematic action-adventure beat-em-up developed and published by Neki, blending the stylized gun-fu combat of John Wick-inspired choreography with a dystopian cyberpunk setting. Players step into the role of Redline, a rebellious street artist enhanced by a sentient combat implant called Spine, as she battles against an oppressive AI regime to rescue her captured brother. Powered by Unreal Engine 5, the game promises fluid, lifelike animations and a richly detailed futuristic world filled with brutal close-quarters gunfights. Scheduled for release in 2026, Spine will launch on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Nintendo Switch 2.
I never asked for this.
Stranger Than Heaven is a third-person action-adventure developed by Ryuga Gotoku Studio, the creators of the Yakuza Like a Dragon series, transporting players into a fictionalized Osaka across multiple time periods including 1915, 1929, 1939, and 1943. With its signature blend of cinematic storytelling, gritty combat, and richly detailed environments, the game promises a sweeping narrative that intertwines history, crime, and personal drama. Known previously as Project Century, it has been revealed through trailers to carry the studio's hallmark of emotional depth and immersive world-building. While the official release date and platforms remain unconfirmed, Stranger Than Heaven is one of the most anticipated titles announced at Summer Game Fest 2025.
Let's sing together. Let's keep on singing another day. With music I'll never stray. Sweet Let's keep on singing night and day with a music burning straight.
Tenet of the Spark is the cinematic single-player action-adventure developed by U.S. indie studio Roar Games, blending third-person combat, stealth, and time-bending mechanics into a richly immersive narrative. Players step into the shoes of Will, a boxer confronting ruthless street gangs and the ghosts of his past, only to be thrust across temporal anomalies that transport him from modern-day battles to Viking warfare and even Aztec civilization. With its unique fusion of hand-to-hand combat, stealth-driven gameplay, and historical shifts, the game promises a gripping story of survival and destiny. Scheduled for release in 2025, Tenet of the Spark will launch on PC and consoles, marking Roar Games' bold debut in the action-adventure genre.
I must know the truth. I must know who I am.
The Directorate Novitiate is a magical gangster-themed third-person action RPG developed and published by Nesting Games, plunging players into the supernatural underworld of Los Angeles in 2006. You take on the role of Mercury, a ruthless enforcer wielding deadly arcane powers, torn between tracking a serial killer and navigating a city on the brink of war. With its blend of guns, magic, and player-driven choices, the game promises a dark cinematic journey through crime, conspiracy, and supernatural conflict. Scheduled to launch in early access in 2025, the Directorate Novitiate will be available on PC via Steam.
Find the pricks who did this.
Show me what a good, loyal dog you are.
This was your mess to prevent.
Show me what you got, love.
Welcome back to the final shore.
Vigilancer 2099 is a third-person cyberpunk bounty-hunting action RPG developed and published by Avoidant Studios, immersing players in the neon-lit chaos of a massive, isolated mega-building. As a Vigilancer, you must survive long enough to pay off your own bounty, navigating a gritty open world filled with conspiracies, combat, and character customization. With its blend of shooter mechanics, RPG progression, and cinematic cyberpunk atmosphere, the game promises a visceral journey through futuristic lawlessness. While the release date is still to be announced, Vigilancer 2099 is confirmed for PC via Steam, keeping anticipation high among fans of dystopian action.
So, what's the status?
Just confirmed our source. He's been here. Even better, he's a regular.
Meaning?
Stalker identified. Back up at the 26. I repeat, back up is needed.
The Hidden Ones is a 3D cinematic action fighting game developed by More Fun Studios and published by Proxima Beta, blending Eastern martial arts combat with urban myth-inspired storytelling. Players can embody different characters, each with unique skills and fighting styles, as they face off against epic bosses in high-intensity battles. With its animation-driven visuals and focus on cinematic presentation, the game promises a fresh take on martial arts action in a modern setting. Slated for release in 2025, The Hidden Ones will launch on PC and mobile platforms, with pre-alpha testing already underway.
犬子上野法，百花缭乱。
的阵仗。 王爷，站住！我们可不是那么容易被甩掉的。得嘞，速战速决。
来了。
吾乃替天行道。回龙香。
棋逢对手，当全力以赴。
你逃不掉的。
抓住你了！
给你一口。
And that's the list. If you found even one game worth adding to your wish list, then mission accomplished. If not, well, at least now you know what to avoid. Thanks for hanging out. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more lists like this, you know what to do. All right, I'm out. See you in the next one.